Hello and welcome to Behind the Bunker, podcast number 357, episode 477 here. We are live for our weekly paintball show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. With me, I have, well, let's go to Josh.
Yeah, I'm here this week. And happy about it. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, and those of you who are going to tune in a little bit later. Please don't forget to like and share the show so all your friends see how much you could be doing better on a Monday night. But bring them along. We'll commiserate together.
Ooh, I like that.
Is that a good word?
Commiserate.
Yeah. Commiserate.
We're going to do it together? I like it.
Like cohabit.
Be miserable together.
Oh.
And there we go. I've got it live too. I'm just trying to like and share this myself. And Joe Kimson from Flag Girders Paintball.
Hey, and thanks for tuning in today, guys and girls. Nice to see everybody here on this rainy Monday night. I just was booting up Facebook here, and I noticed that it wasn't on. So here we go. Thanks for tuning in. I'll pass you over to my friend, Gavin Sharma.
Gavin Sharma here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's so great that you have joined us. Remember, after my friend Josh Zubricka said, hit that like and share button. And we are watching you guys in the chat in real time, so make sure that you contribute to the show, not only liking and sharing, but with your comments in the chat, too. So thank you for joining us. I hope it's going to be a good show. It is what it is. Hit that like and share.
I'm glad we're still friends after the Marble Rye incident.
That's right.
Here's why it's going to be a good show tonight. I just booted those monitors up because I went to the liquor store today, and in Ontario, Canada, the LCBO is not open on Mondays. I didn't realize that till I got there. So we are no longer drinking our regular spirits tonight because we had run out. Tonight, we're drinking wine, so it will be a classy night.
Show the goblets.
There's a hefty amount of empty bottles here on the floor of the studio.
Perfect,
Actually, we
nice
don't stand up for the show because we did.
wine.
All you hear was clinking.
Yeah.
Dwayne King. Hello, Dwayne.
And we'll get to the show in just a moment once you guys, a few more of you log in. And make sure you guys hit that like and share button. Joe, you were asking before the show about his ranges. Thank you to Select Shooting Supplies. I'm wearing his hat this evening. They're opening up 2 ranges. One is for the public, so you can go and shoot without a license, but you can't bring your own guns. But if you have a membership to the other range, you can bring your own guns, and then you can bring somebody with you, but they can't bring their guns. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll find out.
I
about
refuse
that.
to mention anything about shooting select shooting supplies unless I get an honorary membership. Just say.
I'd settle for a hat.
Yeah, it's a hot ticket item right now. He's got people asking every day to give him money, and he won't take it because he's not at that point.
I think with the amount of coffee I've bought from him, I think I've paid for that new range.
Yeah. They what is it
he's
called?
my local Black Rifle
Black
coffee.
Rifle coffee.
Yeah. Is it good?
It's damn good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a coffee drinker.
It is actually a high quality coffee, which is quite rare, and the other roasts are phenomenal.
And they also, I mean, it's sweatshop coffee, but they have the K-Cups as well, a K-Cup version of it, which is fantastic. Yeah.
Did they deliver it in a K car?
They did. Reliant
a nice
K-Car.
Reliant automobile.
Yeah. No, see, I preferred the Aries. That's all I could afford. I couldn't get the Reliant. I had to buy the Aries.
Lee Iacocca delivered it in a K car.
Aries didn't come with the wood paneling on the side. It was the dumbed down version.
That was an Astra, isn't it?
Now
No,
to
Aries.
Now to shit car talk.
Yeah. Hey, guys, tonight we're going to be talking about...
paintball.
Come over to my screen for a second. Tell us the most embarrassing paintball story. We've told ours before on the show, but we wanted to get yours. So we're going to watch the live chat in a little while. Not right now, but in a little while. We'll give you an opportunity to post yours up so we can read yours on the show, as well as we pulled from Instagram, Snapchat, and everywhere that you guys sent in your responses, and we're going to read them on the show.
There's a Viking watching. Kenneth.
I saw that.
Huskisvash from Norway.
What was that last name again?
Huskisvash.
It's Husvik.
Huskisvash.
Yeah. You have to say it with, not capers, but what's the fish that they eat? Smelts, not smelts.
Herring?
Herring. That's, yes. Don't they eat pickled
They
herring?
fight with it, too. They use it for frozen herring for swords.
And there goes our only viewer.
The fish oil from that is also #1 ingredient for explosives.
Nice. And in Denmark, you're not supposed to cross herrings either. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. What's your most embarrassing paintball story? Also here, ladies and gentlemen, you can come over, Matt, when you get a chance. You can now find us. We are streaming now on all Alexa devices as well as Google Home. If you have any of those products listening in your home, we're listening to you as well. You guys can just simply say, Alexa or whoever you are, download or play Behind the Bunker podcast.
I'll try it tomorrow while I'm making breakfast.
There you go.
Sometimes I get my Alexa to talk to my Google, which is pretty fun.
Shoot. Did our Alexa start? It did. Let me unplug it.
Leave her alone. Let her be. She has feelings like a speedball.
Yeah. I'm very happy about this. This was we're going to have a 4-man indoor winter series this year, but due to COVID, it didn't happen. So Owen and the guys got themselves a new team, and they called it the Todd Squad.
Love
and
that
this
graphic.
is his custom jersey. Isn't that awesome? And then they on the side of their jerseys it says powered by Lululemon and Starbucks. So
And I love that everybody's you.
exactly. So that was either going to go horribly wrong for me or it was going to go very, very well. I don't know. So hopefully we'll get to that again. Joe, I forgot to remind you to bring something into the studio. Did you bring it?
The grenade?
No. So
Yes, I brought it. What do you think?
Dear God, if you got a grenade
Well, I
in
didn't
there.
see it in your hand. So
Well, I didn't wave it in. Half the time I bring stuff and you go, oh, yeah. So,
well, this is the Planet Eclipse Pro Toys playing gear Speedster.
Speedster, baby.
Speedster.
Yeah.
And it has a nice packaging so you can actually open this without cutting your fingers up, like many of the blister-packed hoppers and items that are sold. So it comes in this package. It's compatible for both 68 caliber and 50 cal on-off button. It's super robust. It reminds
Absolutely.
me of the same plastic that the Revies
I don't want to say it,
of.
but I did handle that and fondle it and oogle it. I suspect it's a better quality plastic than the original Revies, and I'm not lying about
I
that.
think
It
so.
is a hardy, robust, as you said, loader.
And it's toolless disassembly.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take it apart, but so I'm told.
So I was quite impressed with it. And for
What's the price point?
it was like $95 Canadian, I believe.
Well, I'll tell you.
All right, we'll
You
stand
can
by.
hold it for a while.
I have held it, but I mean, I didn't put my back
Take the
brace on.
goddamn thing. And then,
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic loader. I think for an entry level loader or pump or something that you're not too concerned about, I think it's going to meet your feeding requirements.
$95 Canadian. So what are they?
$95 Canadian.
$60 US. But it's a
I
great
think it's
loader.
well worth it, and so I'm pretty excited about this. I haven't been excited about a entry level loader for a long time, but this one
Now-
has the Gavin seal of approval not only because it's economical, but it's also dual
Shaped
compatible,
like a
right?
football.
Shaped like a football, so it's
kick it
almost
good.
Todd. It's almost like Ricochet.
Yeah, almost.
Ricochet loader,
So-
but you can do it's 50 cal and 68 as well, so it's a great loader, and I'm pretty excited about it.
But you can nearly tell that whoever
Josh?
designed that looked at almost every loader that was on the market and kind of taken a little bit of styling and stuff from it.
10 balls per second plus feed rate. Light barrier supported feeding technology. Sounds like it's laser beams. Tough GRN construction, so green construction. Toolless assembly, convertible to 68 to 50 cal. Powered by 4 AA batteries, not included. Large adjustable paddle system.
And look at that. That's the 50 cal first or 50 cal round drop-in piece. It's small. It's tiny. It's not like you have to take the whole thing apart and put a whole new raceway in it and do all that jazz.
sir.
It's one little tiny little piece. That's awesome.
Looks
Yeah.
like
It's
good.
well thought out.
And so, for a recreational woods ball scenario guy, I'm excited that Planet Eclipse is looking again towards the sort of the entry level market. And it's not everything is not tournament based. I know there's limited products that have been coming out since the whole pandemic started, but it's really. I've already touched it, Joe. Damn it. It's exciting that there's something that's economical, reasonable, and is going to meet the needs. 10 balls a second. With the mech movement moving to 5.5 and
Put that on your EMG 100.
Absolutely.
when you get it.
So, right, good. It's wonderful now for the holiday season approaching us. The American Thanksgiving coming up, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah, Eid. I don't know, whatever. Just make sure it's on your list because I think that's going to be a hit.
Your kiss, Gavin, is on my list.
Why, thank you.
I'm busy sharing it to all of my friends on Facebook right now, and there seems to be quite a few guys joining in.
I can't log into Facebook.
How come?
I don't know. It's not letting me.
I'm going to buy another one this week because I think we should have 2 in stock.
I think I'm on the wrong internet.
I think those are going to go pretty quickly, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And Chica wants to know who's making the speed feeds.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. We'll wait and see. But it's a low entry fee to get into that hopper. I don't know that you're going to see many aftermarket parts for it, are you?
Do you need it?
Depending on the demand for it.
What was that, man? Yeah, I guess Die with the rotor has that kind of kooky lid, and they managed to get a speed feed on there. So I guess.
Maybe it's time to put a call into Ed.
Mike Thompson says no speed feeds yet, and he's right. But you're right. Most likely you'll see something from Exalt.
Is there anyone from Eclipse watching? Any word on when the Eclipse mags will be out?
Where's Jacko?
We'll wait.
Yeah.
So come on back for a sec, Matt. So you can see the Proto Boys playing gear. That's available now. Hit your local retailer for one today. The complete history of paintball, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, there's only a couple copies left. If you want one, go ahead and order it now. But if you don't want to have a Blu-ray or DVD and you want to stream it, you can stream it now. Head on over to Vimeo On Demand Paintball History Series, and you can stream all 6 episodes, all 6 hours, an hour at a go. So go do that now. Not now. Wait about 50 minutes till the show's over, and then you guys can head over there, tuck in for the night, and there you go.
And sadly, you know what? I've only watched it once since I purchased it. It's going to be a good weekend coming up. I'm going to work an ass group on the couch and do another repeat of it because it's that good. Yeah. So, again, as I said, there's a limited number of copies left, the physical copies. So make sure you get a copy for yourself or, as we talked about, all those holiday seasons for the baller in your life or yourself because it's well worth it, my friends.
Gavin's ass group is quite spectacular. Almost as spectacular as the World Cup home and away jersey special now from
Almost.
Ruthless Paintball, guys. $99 for 2 jerseys, one to practice and one at the event. So you have something nice and crispy at the day of the event.
Nice
AirUps is also looking for 20% off. They want to offer that to you on all their products in store. Head on over to AirUps right now and demand 20% off. Tell them you saw it on Behind the Bunker. Something that made me very happy today, a move alert. Alex Rodriguez leaves and is heading to Edmonton Impact.
Where
that
did
makes
he
me very
leave?
happy.
The team he was playing
A-Rod,
for before.
Someone can answer that in the question. I'm having a brain fart right now, but I'm looking at him right now. Oh, Joey, you got me. Anyways, he's left. He's now over there. Every year, Edmonton Impact is getting their roster back tighter and tighter. They left from L.A. Ironman. That's what it was. Now I'm thinking about it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, another way to watch or listen to the show. Here's a post from Wolf Critchlow. Hoo-yah. He says, fun listening to on my commute. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Gavin, baby.
There you go. So if you guys have Apple CarPlay in your phone, you too can listen to it in your car. So there you go. Something else, if you guys are watching the show right now and you're on Facebook, much like Gary did last week, he gave us a recommendation. He says, fun, intelligent, paintball-related, good times, engaging hosts, and with topics and interesting conversations.
Clearly was not our show.
No,
Yeah,
he must
what
have been
was
on
he
something
watching?
else.
But that's okay, we'll take it.
We'll take it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. He gave us a good recommendation
That's
and
a
a
reason.
thumbs
That
up.
is a good endorsement.
That is very good. Speaking of which, on our Instagram channel, Garcana, is that how you say it? He wants to know, hopefully, there will be time this week for a 2-minute discussion on the cinematic masterpiece of Splat.
God.
So if you guys don't know what Splat is, here it is. It's rated 4 out of 5 stars on Amazon
Are you
Prime
kidding
Video.
me?
No, I'm not. You must be over PG-13 to watch.
Oh, but it's only 22 views.
If you
It's only got one review by a guy named Dion.
No, it's just 22 views, and that's the cast and
No,
crew.
that's 22 reviews. You
Cast and crew. That's like that's the whole cast and crew.
It's at
That's
least
true.
the lighting guy looking for his next big break.
But they couldn't even give it a 5-star. Like they knew how bad it was.
Is that a Brass Eagle Avenger in the picture, by the way? I would
could
say.
very well be. It's a brass eagle. I
Brass
reckon.
eagle might have been green, but Matt's right. But regardless, she ain't nice.
No,
okay, gentlemen, I'm letting you know that 30-second conversation we had about what type of gun it is, that's the best part of the movie.
Well, whatever. So there you go, guys.
Have
you
you
can get it on
actually seen it?
Amazon.
I have seen it, yes.
Oh, I
Okay.
haven't actually seen it.
Okay, I watched it. It took me a couple days to get
You
through
admitted
it.
that?
But here's the thing: it is a bad movie, in the way that Red Dawn's a bad movie.
What?
Like, it's
loves
not
Red Dawn.
timeless.
You
Like
can't
back
say
when
that
Red
in front
Dawn
of
first came out, it was a good movie, right? Maybe when this came out back in 2002, it was good. But now it's really bad. The acting is pretty suspect and whatever. But here's what's great about it: guys were wearing sock hats. They were using AK ricochet loaders. They were using.
So you liked it because it was a time machine.
Yeah, the best gun in the thing was an E-Oracle that was given to one of the players, and I'm not going to spoiler alert here. I'm not going to say who wins or not, but one of the star players. So it was really neat watching the old gear and how they used to play paintball, the old attire. I even saw a PB gear.
Junkies, yeah.
PB Junkies things. So for me, it was a nostalgia thing more than it was anything else. I mean, the plot line certainly had me hooked.
I loved, honestly, and I was shocked. I don't know why I searched for. I was looking for best kids in Texas, and it didn't make its way into the Canadian feed.
Yeah.
But so that popped up, and I watched it, and it was great to see Bud Orr and Tom Kay, who made cameo appearances as well. And a brief appearance by Glenn Forrester and Sonny Lopez as well.
Yeah.
But you know what?
And I misunderstood.
Look
I
at
thought
it.
you said cameo was on the soundtrack, and I looked at it.
Word up.
It
Word
was
up.
not.
Yeah,
I waited
no,
until the end of the credits, and not even one cameo song.
But I was, I was happy I saw it, as horrible as it was, and I encourage each and every one of you to spend some time.
I would say, now look, you
Commiserate with Gavin.
You can get it on Prime Video, Amazon Prime for 99 cents, or if you're a Prime member, you get it for free because
What year
I
is
wasn't
it?
going to.
Oh, really?
2002.
So I can watch it tonight.
You can watch it tonight, or you can buy the DVD for $30.
Jeez.
Wow!
Well
Or
worth it.
if that's out of your budget, the VHS tape is still available for $6.99.
yes.
So, and that apparently
That's
comes
terrible.
rewound. So, yeah. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm glad you watched it.
I
though.
would like to see. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna egg Joe and Josh on to watch it next week. I know Matt. I know Matt
I will
will
watch it tonight.
and we'll
I'll watch
talk
it
about
tonight
it
while I'm
next
doing
week.
garbage.
Okay.
Well, you don't need melatonin. You just pop that up.
I have a trivia question for you guys, and it's kind of
Alright.
more so for Joe. Joe may know this, and if he does, maybe don't answer it so quickly. The military is using Coyote Brown now on all of their camouflage. Where did the color come from? Do you know where the color coyote came from?
It's the brown color of a coyote's butthole.
Likely the animal.
So so someone sent me this, and I apologize. I've lost your email. But essentially, there's an article written on one of the Army websites, and it said there was a gentleman named Henley. He went through 150 different camouflage patterns, narrowed it down to just 3: Vietnam-era tiger stripe, modern commercial tiger stripe, and Rhodesian version of the British DPM. And that's how they came up with the pattern. But the color itself, he was doing some researching and some brainstorming, and Gunny went to Home Depot and found a color swatch in the Ralph Lauren Santa Fe paint collection.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And it was actually called Coyote.
Was it
Interesting.
Hugo Boss paint collection? That's disappointing.
No,
Well,
it
that'd
was
be black.
Black. And he dabbled
Yeah.
with some grays as well.
So I don't know. I thought you
That's
guys would
pretty
find
cool.
it fascinating. So it's Ralph Lauren Santa Fe paint collection. Now, if you go there right now, the paint color has been discontinued. However, if you ask for it, you can go out and get the Ralph Lauren color code, and it's SF11B. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Look
If you're
at
looking
you,
for the
Tom.
proper, well,
made this
sometimes
educational for me. Thank you.
I learned something. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I want to give Josh, by the way, Josh, you weren't here last week. We had an envelope from PB Swag,
Yeah.
and this is the first time someone's ever sent us a 3XL shirt. Will that fit?
I don't see why not.
You could wear it as pajamas. So there you go.
Joseph has the floor.
Go ahead.
If you just type in the search bar on Google SF11B, it says Ralph Lauren SF11B Coyote precisely matched for paint.
There you go.
There you go. And it shows there's a paint swatch of Coyote Brown. Boom. SF11B.
Shellac, lack, boom. So one thing I wanted to do, I egged you guys on last week to send in your photos of old paintball vintage guns so that we could do an Antiques Paintball Roadshow. So I thought we could maybe do one tonight. So
This is the first I'm hearing of this, so it's exciting for me.
it is. So Cameron Turnbull sends this in, and what I want you guys to do at home is we want to help him try to sell this. If this was to be for sale on a forum or anywhere, what would you guys have as your starting bid?
That's awesome.
So this is a MA.
Is it Typhoon?
Oh, sorry. This is a Deuce made by KPCS. So I have to be honest with you, I don't know much about this, and I'm going to do the enhance. Drinking red wine and listening to this music, I almost feel I should have a bow tie on. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. It looks to me like an autococker, but that's a double barrel, double breeched, but a pump.
There was a double barrel gun called the Deuce, so that could very well be it. But I don't recall the barrel being stepped or ramped like that. But that looks
That
like
could be a barrel kit, though.
yeah, that looks like it's a barrel kit. So
Wooden grips.
could you sell it? Could you get $375 for it?
Now, is it actually a pump?
Yes.
It
That's-
appears
Appears
okay.
to be a pump.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? Eric Parks is thinking $350. Same with Joe.
No, I said $375.
Did you? It's $375. Okay. I think, me personally, I think it's worth more than that. I think I would be, if I owned that, I wouldn't be happy unless I got like $600 for it. But I don't think you'll get it.
American or these are
U.S.
Okay,
But that's what I would want back from it. Being realistic, but I think if I were to sell it, I think $350, $375 is probably what I would ask for it. But I wouldn't let it go for less than $300. Gavin, what do you think?
I would go 500 even for it.
What was your
buy that?
last?
What's that?
What's your last that you would take for it?
700. Well, no, 700 you want, but you'd say 500. That would be my last.
Yeah. Chica Estrada says $350. Richard Knott $400, and Charles Holton says $450. See, everybody kind of gives it a different sort of.
It's kind of a one-off. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind. You don't see one. It'd be a good conversation piece. Would you use it? Yeah, I think you could use
You
it.
put it in the parlor as you drink red wine and you bring
Yeah.
company over. Take a look.
Joe brings up a good question. Would you use it? I think you would take it to the field. You'd maybe play with it for a day, but you're lugging around 2 Revies, right? 2 hoppers, 2 Revies, a tank.
That's 2 max loaders, by the way.
Yes, that's right. Could you imagine
Double
getting
max
tangled
loader.
up in your
Oh, my
hooses?
goodness.
Oh, so I don't know. Kyle Reeves has $500 Canadian, which is about what Rob Barnett's saying, $410 US. Matt, are we off? What are you thinking?
I think his mic's
Your
on.
mic's
Is your
on.
mic
Turn
on?
Yeah.
My mic is on now.
There's a
There we go.
paintball show we do every Monday called Behind the Bunker.
Why does his
This is
mic
the
always
first
sound
time
better,
hearing
doesn't
it.
it?
Oh, nice to hear you.
No, honestly, I've never heard or seen anything like this, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Happy Holden says it's semi-rare, as well as Gary says $750. Yeah, I don't know. Josh, what are you thinking?
My initial thought, because I know Palmer's makes something that's very similar to it, and I think they're priced around $1,200.
At least.
So my initial thought was to say somewhere around 12 and possibly 750 is what you'd take it for. But I think with the YouTubes and the internets and the eBays, I think you'd ask 750 and probably get 5.
Yeah. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Put 2 Winchesters on it, says Robert Hansen.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what
there you go.
need.
I have a Winchester loader somewhere. Whatever. If I find it, I'll drag it up. But that's an uncommon one.
Show off.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have something that's rare or you're contemplating on selling, send us in your link. And this is directed at everybody that's watching except for Joe Kimson, because he has enough that we could do this segment every day for years.
Yeah, Joe has this segment already. It's called The Vault.
Good segue. We'll actually get to that in just a moment.
See what I did there for you, Joe?
I did. That was awesome.
I let him not
Well, how many
forget.
weeks in a row did we forget his
I let him
segment or
not
skip over his
forget.
segment? So we have the vault coming up, ladies and gentlemen. We also have your advice and mail time coming up, and we also have at Price is Right tonight, which has a theme. Charles Holton says the last one that he had seen sold for $550. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Another reason why not to take advice from idiots on a podcast.
We all
ladies-
said like around 500.
Yeah, that's what I'd want for it, but I think you'd only get probably 3 and change. All right, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we move over? We're going to check out Joe's from the vault when we get back, guys. We'll get to your questions and a lot more.
Hey, it's Joe from Flag Raiders Paintball. I'm here at Flag Raiders on location with another segment of From the Vault. This week we are going to go back in time to the time of a heavily modified Nell Spot 007. This 2 weeks ago was rusty. We couldn't even get it to pump, but we did a tailgate restoration on it. We cleaned it up a little bit, enough for it to pump, enough to shoot some paint through it. Anyway, I stuck a tank on it. So this is your original Nell Spot 007. It has had a pump added on. Traditionally, it was a bolt action, so you'd pull it back like this, lock it in, and then shoot it. This has a barrel extension, and this one also has been modified for direct feed. Traditionally, there would be a tube on top that would hold 10 rounds, but we can also take an RA Serafini tube and stick it in, and you have a 10-round direct feed. This Nell Spot is also equipped with an ASA, so you can put a tank on the back. Doesn't have it's not modified so you can have an auto trigger, but it does shoot okay. And I don't need a barrel bag on it or a barrel plug because just like a vintage automobile that doesn't have seat belts, this is manufactured and used prior to barrel bags and barrel plugs be allowed. But if you're going to use it, you should have a barrel bag or a plug in it. Anyway, guys, this is the 007 Nell Spot that's been modified, tricked out, and customized. And you've been watching From the Vault. See you next time. Pew pew. So that Nell Spot I had just in a box, and I pulled it out. And a couple weeks ago, we were on my tailgate, and we couldn't even get it to cock. So we took it all apart, cleaned it up, got it going, and it shot just fine. After I did the vault yesterday, Terry White took it out and was using it. He's going to take it out next week and play a game with it. So he was pretty happy with it. So then I brought a tracer out, and he enjoyed that as well. So maybe we'll do a retro day at Flag Raiders with some
Awesome.
pre-1992
Wouldn't that be? We should have a retro. Just call it retro day. Anything that was made before 2010.
No, like not. No, you got to use a.
Well,
pump.
okay, but I'm trying to commit to as many
okay.
people as we can. I think 2010 would be good because that's before.
Then people will be DM4s and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
want- you don't
okay,
wanna
maybe
be
earlier
super-
than that. You're right. I forgot about that.
want,
I would say
non-electro.
I would say
2000
90 is a cutoff. Anything above 1990.
1999, because I don't
You know, you
own.
can
I don't
use
think
a
I own
Sting-
anything older than
You can use a
1990.
Stingray 94.
Not working that I don't need
Okay,
parts.
I volunteer for not being anywhere their tools are. Everyone's going to be asking for tools. So, ladies and gentlemen, we asked you guys to send us in some more submissions for the Paintball Antiques Roadshow, and we were going to do it next week, but it sounds like we have one already. Right, Gavin?
That's right. Phoenix Gasparini had just sent it in hot off the press. It is a Ranger, and let me just take a look at what the date is. So it is a 1982 Ranger. Look at that bad
12
boy.
gram quick change on the back.
And I want to know, is it...
You know what? I would buy that for my collection. I wouldn't even sell it.
I suspect that's still in play as well.
I would buy it. What's
Sorry,
going on?
your computer. I can hear your computer.
Well, it's because it's an interesting show and I wanted to listen to it.
Yeah, so that was like a hot off the press. So thank you, Phoenix, for sending that in. That is a piece of paintball history, and it looks to be in great condition. So I'm not sure if you're actually still using it, but I would love to see some action shots of that.
What are you guys thinking then, Joe? Did you?
Oh, I don't know.
See, that's a hard one because, like, even I've been around the industry for a while, and I don't know that I've ever actually seen one of those in person. So they're going to be fairly rare, but you're going against such a small market of people.
I would pay $300 Canadian for that just for my collection.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think you'd be hard pressed to get into the 4s and 5s with that. Only
I
because
don't
it's
think so.
but it's a quick change and it's very niche market.
But I think that's what the appeal is as well. One, it's a piece of paintball history, and it's 12 gram, right? So I'm going to say, I don't know what it seems my default answer, but I would say $500 for that.
Wow. All right, well, Josh, what are you thinking?
I don't know. When I first saw it, I kind of what went through my mind was like a gray ghost. If you find a gray ghost, they're often north of 1,000, right? This is, I don't think as rare as one, but possibly quite high. So my first kind of thought was about $650.
Yeah.
Phoenix, what did you pay? Damn it, let us know.
yeah. Matt, are we off, or are you thinking we're about?
No, I'm going to lowball this at 200.
Okay.
What are you, stupid?
Yes, I am actually.
But you know what? A lot of people are going to look at that and say, "Oh, it's just a tracer."
Yeah. I hope the music's not irritating. I think it just sort of sets the tone of what we're doing here. Have you ever seen the Antiques Roadshow? That's kind of what I was thinking when I had thought of this. Before we move on to anything too crazy,
hang on. Before you move on,
Yep.
just let me say, if you're out at the field and you see somebody using something like that, it's often that a lot of people don't know what it is. So if I see somebody at the field using something like that, I always make a point to say something. Because, like, to me, if I pull out something like that and I'm using it on Tuesday night, I'm using it for me. If somebody just comes out of the blue and says, "Hey, man, that's really nice," it's like, thank you. Like, someone appreciates what I have, and I always like to make sure if somebody shows up like that, I appreciate it.
And that's what I appreciate about you.
I feel like it's important.
That's a slippery slope. Because you could spend a half an hour talking to some jackass that you
Yes,
really don't
I
want to
agree.
simply because you like the guy.
That's why I say, sorry, dude, due to COVID, I have to go back to my corner and scowl at
you
everybody.
compliment
in the
somebody
staging
on their marker when they're walking on or off the field in opposite direction. That way you're being polite, but you're... Yeah. Hey, thank you for sending that in, Phoenix. And if you guys have one that you'd like to send in, please do so. Just send it to any of our social medias.
Charles Holton says he always makes an offer when he sees a marker like that.
That's a good
That's
idea.
true. Hey, guys, did you know Planet Eclipse has more championships, new mechanical markers, new electros, new territory, including the new MagFed division? Get Planet Eclipse and take on the world, guys. Check them out at your local retail store.
When the world's greatest players, photographers, and expecting parents need the best coverage, most vivid colors, biggest selection, they pull a tab on an EG product. Hashtag Pop Smoke.
Thick welded seams, stainless steel hardware, multiple color options make Aerops the #1 choice for inflatables on and off the field. Made in America by Brent Davis and his team. And remember, check out their website to find out what is 20% off so you can get some savings and goodies into your pocket.
Dreams fade, ruthless paintball products, colors, sublimations, and craftsmanship never die. On or off the field, Ruthless keeps you fresh. Use the promo code BTB15 for 15% off your order.
Adapt, create, and win. Exalt, it's in our blood. Make your game boil, get Exalt, and it's available worldwide.
What?
From the beginning, you stumbled down a rocky cliff. You waded chest deep through a mosquito-infested bog. Or now, whether you're sliding into a snake or running and gunning, GI Sports has the gear for you. Now with the new Stormer Elite, Stormer Tactical, and Stormer Basic.
Joe, before I move on to my next
Yes.
sponsor, that set of goggles is pretty snazzy.
That's
if we
the-
can get one in, that would be a pretty pretty tight buy.
I can put one on our order, man.
What kind of grills are those?
Those are grills.
Yeah. What's the pattern? Or
I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
okay.
They're
No
limited,
worries.
They're limited edition
It's like Big
V-Force.
Wave.
Yeah. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. DLX Technologies, the true industry innovator with some of the lightest, fastest, and sleekest hardware in paintball. DLX has the power to get you to the podium. Lord Tundra and Jesus, that's where you want to be. So check them out today.
It's the Grill SE mask in Dragon Fury. Would you like me to order one?
I don't know, Matt. Should we order one of those in?
Oh, I don't know.
I just thought Matt would like one of those.
Yeah, but I don't have new mask money.
I'll order one in either that or we can get a black one now.
Do they? I would get that one in. I think someone would like that. I think it's pretty
I think
fancy.
You're right. I can
they will
see-
stop you and say, "Hey, great mask," and you'll talk their ear off for half an hour.
Yeah.
I'll bring it. I'll bring one in.
Yeah. Well, that was good. We've skipped over mail time tonight.
Okay.
Do we want to get to those, or do we want to move on to Price is Right? It's up to you.
Why don't we do one question if that's possible?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Oh, there's no mail time. Oh, whatever. Okay,
Okay,
hold
hold on a second.
wanna
Oh,
feel
let's-
special?
The
Yeah.
mail.
No.
Matt clearly doesn't need any more wine.
All right, gentlemen. There was no bumper for that, but then there was a late bumper because the wine has hit the gentleman. So the first question and the only question we're going to answer this evening, unless there's something riveting in the chat, is from our good friend Zane, the insane Zaniac Smith, and he wants to know, just an opinion question for the panel, PE EMF 100 or die damn go?
I can't believe that's actually a question, and I apologize for saying that because Zane, I appreciate your viewership. I don't think you could put those two in the same category, but I'm going to let you guys go around the horn and see what you guys. Josh, let's start with you since we never ask you.
I agree with you. Don't think they're quite in the same category, and I'd be on the clip side of this. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Joe, what are you thinking?
I'm not going to go around the horn because I'm afraid of Somali pirates, but I would take the EMG 100.
Good reference. I like that.
Like that, the Horn of Africa. You know,
That's another movie we should watch. Is
Captain Phillips,
Look at me.
or Black
Look at
Hawk
me.
Down.
I run the podcast now.
I would do the EMG 100 all day. It's mechanical. It's easy to maintain. You don't need any batteries. It will work in most weather conditions.
And you can
And-
easily slip into Wolf's gear bag and steal all of his mags because they'll fit.
They'll fit. That's
there
right.
you go. Gavin, do you have an opinion on that? or-
I heard Wolf's giving out mags for Halloween. If you go to his house and say, "Trick or treat, Mr. Wolf," he'll give you an EMG 100 mag.
Actually, I think you have to say hoorah.
I will change costumes like a million times. Yeah, I'm gonna EMF 100. Again, as everybody mentioned, they're different markers. I can't say enough about it. I love it. So
Cameron Turnbull says EMF every day.
every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Here's the thing. EMF has a brilliant engine in it. The Die Dam, although it looks cool and was the originator of sort of high-end mag-fed stuff, has a poor engine in it. It has a what's the gun, Joe? A rail? Has a rail engine in it.
Rail in it.
So I mean, you're doing not the EMF is going to blow that out of the water.
Do you know what would be really cool? Is if they made a marker like that, or like the Empire one. I'm having a brain fart. Defender. If you could say buy an axe and swap out internals and get it to fit, so you could sort of upgrade. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Like if you could get
The
the
Defender
latest,
is
if you could
accent.
get the latest dam, and then put the latest whatever they're on now, and sort of upgrade it and make it that much gooder. I think that'd be kind of cool. Like a board swap or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys don't seem excited about that.
Oh, I see. You kept talking. I tuned you out. So
No,
I'll have to watch it and rewind to see
Fair
what the
enough.
hell you're saying.
What was I going to say? I'm just looking at all the things that we have to cover yet tonight. We still have MagFed. Oh, someone in here had asked about the GI Sports going under. No mention. I'm an advocate. I don't want to say anything because I don't know enough about it.
I do.
I don't know if Joe or anybody else wants to speak to it, but I don't know enough about it to say anything educated. So I know there's a lot of hype and misinformation going around the interwebs, and I don't want to propagate it. Joe, do you want to say anything?
I think you're going to see just. I think it'll be maintained business as usual. You may see a name change, but it's a form of corporate restructuring. It's the perfect time to be doing it. Inventory levels are low, so I think GI will come out as a different, perhaps a different name, and maybe you'll see some different brands.
I think you'll see some products killed off as well.
So I think that GI's strong. Paint sales are strong. Retail is even, for the most part, strong when you can get product, and there's the supply chains. Whether it's paintball or whether it's toilet paper, paper towels, and this is a global phenomena, are being affected. So I think it's a perfect time for companies to restructure.
I know
make
with
some changes.
I
And I
think
think
that's the
what
key
it
word,
is.
my friend. Restructuring. I think that's all it is.
yeah.
I think a lot of people that are in chat rooms right now, from what I read after I saw it, is y'all need to shut up. No, I'm serious. Like, there's people out there. I heard like very egregious comments, and it was like, "How dumb are you?
Preposterous?
Don't be a jerk. Like, just like it happens, okay? Like, don't go off the rails. Don't freak out. Don't start Googling, criminal codes and bankruptcy laws and spouting opinions and stuff.
I'm a YouTube lawyer. Yes.
Yeah, like, oh, I Googled something for 5 seconds. I know the law. Like, no, just shut your trap. Go, oh, that's unfortunate for the people that work there, and move on with your day.
The bottom line is they're not going anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Two things I want to get to. First of all, I know with our company, we trimmed down. We had lost our indoor due to COVID, and we've lost a bunch of things. But yet, on the back end, we are running lean, and we're doing okay. And I think with this worldwide pandemic, I mean, any big company is getting hit pretty hard, and GI is not just one. I think if you pointed the finger at any company in paintball, you could probably tell a bit of a horror story, and some are lasting longer before it becomes noticeable. GI being one of the biggest got hit pretty hard, so I would just kind of wait it out. I would continue to support your favorite paintball company, whether it's GI or whether it's whoever, and just try to weather the storm. Cameron Turnbull asked the question: will an MG100 or an EMF 100 work well in -15? I'll answer that because I know that if you put the proper lube on the gun, you should be fine. And something that Joe and I used to use religiously on spool guns in the cold is a product called Slick Honey. It's a bicycle chain lubricant.
No, it's for shock and shocks.
And shocks as well. And for some reason, it had a low temperature coagulant, if that's how you would say it.
I still have
Actually,
tube of it.
what am I? Okay, hold on a second. We have Josh Zuby Lubricus here.
That's right, the lube expert. You need to change it. You need to change his name.
We do.
The lube expert.
So use something that's rated for a low temperature, and you should be okay. So, yeah.
Oh, Luby.
All right. Well, why don't we move on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Price is Right time. Do we have an intro? Doesn't freeze either. That's great, Bobby Doused.
How would you know that, Bobby?
Yeah, explain the story that led to that.
Bobby, did I ask you this? Am I saying your name right? Is it Doused? Is that how you say your name? I would ask George, hey, but he's already helped us through his question. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this first eBay submission comes to our friend, The Real Bag of Chips. How much would you guys pay for this? This is a paintball belt buckle. And on the back of said paintball buckle, it has some engravings. This is number 305 of 1,000. So you are the 305th person of 1,000 to have a paintball belt buckle. Look at the craftsmanship. Look at the ornate ness of the show, and look at this. Must be a fairly recent belt buckle because it has some fairly new weaponry there.
Is that a Nell spot? No, it's a PMI.
I think it's a PMI.
I don't know.
Because look at the tank. Okay, so look at the CO2 tank and the holsters on.
I think it's a PMI.
I don't know. That was
a
also
Brass Eagle.
a recycled SS belt, and they just. Like, did you see the figures?
Yes.
They're like stormtroopers.
But if you zoom in on the second soldier's wristwatch, it's a Casio calculator.
So it's modern.
So this is an 80s, definitely an 80s belt buckle.
Gosh.
God, I want to go home.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Charles Holton's saying $25. Tracy Santos says 43. Bill the Scribner says $45. 45 says Elliot Darno. $25 says Gary. George Hay at $35. Gavin, I know you won with a glaring victory last week.
Indeed, I did, and so it's really unfair for me to compete, but I still will because this is the only thing I have going for me in my life. My go-to bid is usually $500, but right now I'm going to say $15, Bob. $15.
I was going to say, how could you possibly do $500 on a belt buckle?
It's a World War II collector's item.
Yeah. Mike Thompson, 55. Zachary, 75.
So many things I want to
Simeon,
say.
49. Joe, what are you thinking? What would you say on this one?
I don't know, 32.
32. Josh?
I'm going to slide in between at 20.
Nice. That's a cheap night. Matt,
Well,
I'm going to enter you in on this, too.
Not expect it.
What are you thinking, Matt?
For a belt buckle from a random paintball field?
No.
I'll say 25.
Ooh, boy.
25.
Matt, Matt,
Yes, present.
the jerk store called.
Yeah.
John Jones, all the way from the United Kingdom, says $37. This sold for $40 reduce.
Whoa.
15 was the closest.
No.
Damn.
Joseph.
Nice try, Gavin.
Hold on. 15 was the closest.
All right. Is the next item?
Didn't work in the HR
There's
meeting.
two
It's not
items I'm
gonna
going to
work
show
now.
you. Which one is the first one more expensive,
Oh,
the
I hate it when
same,
you
or
do
less
this one.
expensive?
This isn't prices. Right?
So the
More
first,
expensive?
yeah, and it's based upon the first image. Is
First-
the
more
first
expensive?
image more expensive, the same, or less?
Same or less.
So, wow, you're taking this super serious. Splatmaster, guys. How about a Splatmaster original stock still in its satchel?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
that's
did
Joe's
not know-
countertop.
I did honestly not know that the Rapide had a stock available for
Yeah, you
it.
can get it.
Well, thank you. But no, I had no.
True life. That's not Photoshop.
They're made in the USA too.
The jerk store just keeps trying to call over and over. No, but I had no idea that would even exist as a product. When I saw that today, I was pretty fascinated. So that is product number one. Is that more expensive, less expensive, or the same price as the Smart Parts Girl vintage barrel cover? And there's also a theme tonight amongst all products that I'm showing you, and we'll get to why later on. But Gavin, who won that?
Joe did.
Joe did. Joe, is this the same? Is the stock the same price? More expensive or less expensive? You don't need to give me the price.
The same.
Same? Josh?
I'm gonna go with less expensive.
Okay. Eric Park says it's more. Yeah, Gary says it's more. Matt, what are you thinking?
I'm going with less as well.
Okay. More news, less Nessman. What do you think, Gavin?
I was going to say less, but just play devil's advocate. I'll go with more.
More. All right. These were the same.
That's
Same
Joe.
price, and they both sold for $55.
Wow.
Wow, and she's like a no-name barrel bag girl too.
I did a few
Hey,
of those.
aren't you that no-name barrel bag girl?
I got some foxy ones. I'm gonna put one up on eBay and see what it sells for.
Yeah, the jerk store goes right to voicemail, says Dwayne King. All right, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? A barrel blocker device by ProStar Labs. Do you guys
Nice.
remember these?
I do. Yeah.
So that's what it looks like lying on the table, and there you go. So that your barrel would sit through it, and you'd click that baby in.
Cheers.
Oh, that's okay. So there you go, ladies and no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. What do you guys think at home? This is a barrel blocker device, and who won that?
Joe did.
Joe did it. Joe, Gavin, what are you doing
He
tonight?
didn't see him smirking at me. You missed that. It was off camera.
Oh, all right, Joe. What are you thinking?
$39.
$39. Josh?
Sorry, I missed it. I was spilling wine. What are we doing? More or less? Or
No,
are we
I
actually-
would like to know what it sold
You
for.
are drunk.
$50.
No, it's more or less, isn't it?
No, I want to know the price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Matt.
And I'm drunk.
What are you thinking, Matt?
Something weird like that went for $15.
Okay, Gavin, what are you thinking?
$5, Bob.
All right, well, let's look and see. Charles Holton says 50. Tracy Santos, $20. Roger Weiber says 42. George, hey, 26. And Shane Free says $18. This sold for $100.
Holy! The mojo's off tonight.
That's in really good shape.
Zuby one.
Something that Dion Sharma hasn't seen the likes of in a long time. What about a dye sock hat? Forget the JT sock hat.
I didn't even
Nice.
know Dye made sock hats.
They made everything.
Yeah,
Casual. And
That is true, actually.
they
I
made
got-
everything.
I got
Further,
shorts, pit shirts, socks, underwear, belts.
I had khaki
I
pants.
got khaki pants, khaki shorts. Oh,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I believe that this dye sock hat made an appearance in the Splat movie.
I will have to take a look again tonight. Damn it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you to all watch Splat on Amazon Prime Video this week, and we'll chat about it next week. Because
I'm going to start a watch party tonight.
Oh, my God.
It's funny the same color. It's the same colorways as the JT sock hat.
yeah. Well, the JT had gold. This is more of a tan, but it's a blatant ripoff, if you ask me.
Probably manufactured in the same company.
Maybe. Eric Park says $17.50.
Is it
Charles
called a-
Holton $150.
Is it called a blatant ripoff if you double the price?
What do you think those sold for when they were
Matt
new?
shaking his
They were
head.
probably
What do
like
you-
$40, I think,
Probably
like
40
35.
bucks,
Yeah.
39.
What? How much did a
$99?
JT sock hat go for?
Probably $30.
Yeah,
$39
then it
bucks?
was 60.
Yeah. John Jones, who should be sleeping right now from the UK, says $37 for consistency and lack of imagination on his part. So there you go. Let's go around the horn. Who should start on
Zuby.
that? Zuby?
No, I'm gonna go with 60.
$60. Matt, what are you thinking?
25.
I think it's retro enough, but $100 even.
Joe?
85.
Okay, Richard Knott says 130. Charles Holton says 65.
I thought I'd be the highest.
Josh gets $60.
Right
Right
on
on
the
the
nose.
nail. There you go, ladies
Can
and
we have
gentlemen.
more red wine next week?
Only if we can play UB40 as the backdrop. Here's something that I didn't think I would ever find. Brand new in a box. Spider.
Are you sure it's brand new or it's just bubble wrap?
No, it's brand new
throw
because
you
all the
off.
other pictures are of
Now,
the same.
is this
And-
brand new or has this been returned like that after someone sent it back to Spider to get fixed?
And I do like the WGP ammo box that they have with it as well. That is worth.
But is it WGP though?
it
Because
is. No, not the Spider. The ammo box.
But what? It
No,
says paintball on it
says
though.
paintball.
Oh my God! It has to be WGP.
No.
Well, Spider doesn't knock anything off.
No.
Nor does anybody knock off anything of Spider.
God,
So it must be.
That's like a second
unheard of.
generation because it's got an aluminum grip.
Aluminium?
Well, maybe it's a
Are you
first.
sure? Or
Don't put it
plastic?
behind my laptop anymore.
I'm just
How
splitting
can
it.
you tell
What do you? Sorry, what's that?
the grip, whether it's aluminum or plastic? How can you
Can
tell?
tell by
I think
looking
it's
at it.
aluminum because if you look at this, it carries on through.
I believe
Yeah.
it's aluminum.
If
This
you
is a
look,
proper
if you look
Spider
closer,
compact.
they've got those lock washers, the ones with the teeth on
Yeah.
them on the four screw. I don't think they put those on.
This is also
plastic.
for no reason has a vertical feed on it.
No, that's
You
a
don't
side
want-
feed.
you don't
Sorry,
want the rest?
side feed on it for no reason. They should have just made it a vertical feed. So who won the last one? Josh did. Josh, what are you
You
thinking?
take a little bit more. You're not driving them. I'm gonna say 250.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
This is a brand new
Hey,
gun. This is eBay, ladies and gentlemen.
Underestimate brand new in box on eBay with bubble wrap.
Or the power of stupidity.
Exactly.
Yeah. Does it have? Oh, it does too. Have an elbow on it. Tracy Santos says 110. Gary says 100. Eric Parks says $100. What do you? Sorry. So who won the last one?
He
I
did.
did.
And what did you say?
I already said a bid, but I don't remember what it was.
Okay, Matt. What do you?
250?
Yeah,
You said
Matt. What are
250.
you thinking?
100 even.
100 even. Gavin.
$60.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't disagree, but yeah. Okay.
140.
All right. Mike Holstrom says $65, and Gary.
See?
Yeah.
Let's get styrofoam.
All right. Well, then when you say C, 170. This
What
sold
the
for
hell?
170.
Maybe I should be drinking wine.
How's the score looking, Matt? Because I got two more that I'd like
It
to
might
get
be
to,
two.
but
We have Joe with 3 and Zuby with 2.
okay, so we needs to go.
So
just
I'm still
to
in
give
it.
Josh a chance for Joe to move ahead.
And
Again,
I'll bow out for
No,
the.
stay in.
no, you have to.
No,
You still have a
communist.
chance. I have enough here that you could get ahead. So I've never seen this before. This is called a muzzle spiker.
It's a barrel plug.
Well, yes. But why is there a dog in the corner with a muzzle
I like
on
how
it?
it says required by law.
But then it also says, where does it say here?
Cutting
or is
edge
it in the ad?
technology.
Oh, it said it. Yeah, somewhere in the ad it said applies to most of the
What
laws.
does it say? Plus flip out?
Yeah, I don't know what that says.
What do you say? Plus flip out
Slip out?
or clip on or
Slip
clip
Maybe
on.
the clip on.
Plus clip
clips
on?
Maybe the black part clips on.
I
to
believe.
something.
Yeah, so I believe this stays on the marker and this clips onto it. Is how it all
Well, it
goes
doesn't
down.
seem ludicrous at all to have the giant blue plastic thing on the end of your marker.
But it is cutting edge technology.
and it's in a
and
bubble
it's required
package.
by law.
It is.
That's right. It clearly says that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is brand new, obviously, and never opened before. Are you guys getting my theme yet today? This is all vintage stuff.
That's the theme.
It's all the
I
theme.
thought
It's
you were
all
gonna say
old
it's all
vintage
shit.
stuff. Well, that too. Bobby Doused says $850.
Okay.
Zachary says, "Wow."
Sorry, I have
Their website
I have
does
more
no
questions
longer
about this because
works.
I finally got it on my laptop screen, and and then it like I could see a little bit more detail in it. Why is there a spring in the blue thing?
I don't know.
'Cause
Like, what is going?
If
What
the ball
is
hits
this?
it, it springs back. It breaks the ball.
So it jams it back up your barrel.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that's what it should do.
Is that a spring? Am I?
It looks
I
I
like
think it's
it.
just
Too
tapered.
much?
Oh, wait, yeah, it is a spring.
Yeah.
George Hayes
why?
telling us a little bit about it. It clamps on. Future Ball and Whitmore Lake made them. It is a case and muzzle spike. After the muzzle spiker sales dropped off, this company went on to manufacture and produce the first pair of Crocs.
Yeah. We
You
also
read a whole lot into that.
we also skipped over
I
the
like
fact
it.
that Joe said that their website doesn't exist. I think this product existed before the websites did. And this company is definitely no
If you
longer.
scroll down to the bottom of the picture, it says AvalonAdvancedProducts.com.
Oh, does it really? Look at you, sharp eye. Wow.
law.
For adults only, it says. Do you see that on the bottom there? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, who's bidding on this one?
Joe.
And George Hay scoldingly in the chat says, "Not a spring."
Not a spring.
$24.
Josh.
I've been drinking, George. Give me a break. $5.
Okay, Matt, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go crazy and say 65.
And it's and that
Oh,
and on the
hey, big
package it
spender.
says strap on plus a strap on is what it says. Gavin, what are you thinking?
$10.
$10. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
I googled it and accidentally found out what the price was.
$40. This sold for $40, ladies and gentlemen. Who won that?
Joe.
Oh,
A
so Joe takes a
commanding
commanding lead.
Gavin, I'm just taking things a little more seriously, you know.
Joe's been studying.
That's right.
All right, well, let's do one more. Give Gavin a chance to get back on the board, or give Joe yet a sizable lead here. JT Flex 7, but clear.
Wow.
Wow.
Now I have a question on this, and I thought when I saw this, I first thought of this. You know how there's a product out there that you can get at most automotive places where you spray on your front lens
Takes
and it
off the yellowing? Yeah.
takes the yellowing and makes it clear again. Would that work on the bottom rubber there?
I
'Cause-
don't believe so.
Do you want to know the secret? That stuff that you buy at the automotive store is baking soda.
It's just an abrasive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all it is. Mild abrasive.
Okay, I think whoever owned this goggle used to smoke heavily. I think if
In
you
the
take a
goggle.
little bit of Topol,
Or they went
the smoker's
outside
tooth polish,
once.
yes, yeah, that's the problem with JT. Their clear stuff was great, but that's what it looks like
Did you see
nowadays.
there's a clear push come out. Did you see that? They have a clear push goggle.
Nice.
Clearly did not.
Now,
usually
the
protect
first
these.
two bids that came out so far, first three, 175 says Mike Thompson, Charles Holton 250, and Bobby Doust says 250. John Jones is speaking some sort of cryptic language with $41
He's trading
in.
41 women from a brothel. That's
Yeah.
41
Like,
hours.
41.
I think it's 41 pounds of the Queen's sterling silver.
Okay, hold on a sec, John. It is 9 o'clock North American time, which in the UK it's got to be like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, shouldn't you be in bed?
And it's Monday. Go to work tomorrow. I don't know what he does.
Maybe it's Thanksgiving
He
there.
works at Harrods, and he's the one that polishes the Rolls Royce they sell.
So, sorry. This it reminded me of a trivia question regarding Jolly Old England.
2:03 a.m.
The Queen. Do you know the Queen does not carry a passport?
Because she doesn't have to.
She does not have to. That's
Do you know that
right.
every sitting president, and once you become a president, your driver's license gets taken away?
Yep.
You can no longer drive.
But I thought it was really cool that the Queen doesn't have a passport.
Do
Because
you want a Bush driving right now?
which one?
Well, I know a
alive.
couple that shouldn't be.
George Senior might be pretty good around corners. But
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
6 feet
That's too
under.
soon.
he sure is.
One of the
I'm pretty sure W is too stoned to drive anywhere.
Yeah. All right, sorry. Well, let's get back on track. Let's finish this so we can move on to the next thing. Who has not? Matt, what did you
John
say?
Jones says he's got a long commute
No
to
one's
his home
bid.
office.
Okay, so who needs to bid?
Joe won, so he bids first.
Joe, what are you
Joe
thinking
went
on
the
this
last
clear
117.
117? Eric Parks with $30.50. Tracy 95, Richard not 99.99. What do you think, Josh?
I'm in the 200s.
Okay, Matt, what are you thinking?
275.
Okay, Gavin.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 300 then, Bob.
How ridiculous is that? We all bid well over $150 for old yellow piece of plastic.
Well, I hate to say it, but it looks like Joe's going to win because Josh wins it with the bid of $200.
Good for you.
So that puts, or is that a tie?
No,
No.
there's no tie.
No.
Okay.
No, Joe is far
So
ahead.
then Joe's far ahead.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Partly I didn't want Josh to win because he spilled wine all over my mouse pad. But
It was an accident.
Jenna Bush Hager or Barbara Bush, maybe drivers. Those are George Bush's daughters.
So are you talking about penthouse models?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Can they go get their driver's license after
I don't.
again?
I don't.
Because I know they have to surrender it when they become president. But like,
Could you imagine Obama sitting in a DMV or in one of those cars, ABC car school?
I just got a picture of him at a stoplight in a Honda Odyssey.
Yeah. The problem here's the thing is why is because you get Secret Service for life anyways, right? So
Yeah.
they're gonna drive you. They're gonna take care of you. So
That just seems very inconvenient.
That's really convenient. You know how drunk you can be 24 hours a day?
Well, actually, yeah, that might be good. But I'm thinking, like, what if you wanted to go out and grab like Dairy Queen at 10 o'clock at night? Like,
the
there's
Secret Service
some
guy.
Secret Service agent's like, "I'll drive this fat ass to Dairy Queen right now." Like, really?
So here's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're about at the end of the show. I'm going to implore everybody that's listening tonight to watch Splat. Against your better judgment, go on Amazon Prime and watch Splat. We're going to talk about it one more time next week. I will peruse it one more time. I'll zip through the important part.
I'm gonna start a watch party at 1 a.m. when my son wakes up to feed,
I'll
and
take-
I'm
I'll
gonna
take
invite all
notes.
of you
Yeah.
guys.
And I wonder if maybe starting not next week, but the week after, we're going to choose a video or a movie amongst the five of us that we all have to watch, and we're going to start the after show process again
Okay,
for the
thank you, 'cause I'm
podcast.
like, holy
people.
shit, is this like a book club?
No, but that way the after show can find out what we think, and what we'll do is we'll randomly select. Maybe Gavin chooses the first movie, and as long as it's kind of warish themed to kind of go with paintball, we'll talk about it in our after show, which will only unfortunately be available in our podcast because there's far more of you guys listening to our podcast than our Facebook show.
Hold on a second though. Before we get too far with this, does everybody have Amazon Prime?
Phoenix is saying no, but I'm sure
It's 99 cents.
But I'm thinking it probably can show up on YouTube or something
I'm
like
thinking,
that.
you know
Yeah.
what? Even if you
But,
just do the Splat for Dummies on YouTube, just the best scenes, you'll probably be okay.
IMDb, you get all the plot points you can contribute to.
But I was gonna say Amazon Prime has a ton, and I mean a ton of old war movies.
Really?
Like Hamburger Hill is on there.
Really?
I hadn't seen Hamburger Hill ever,
But
but
I-
I watched it like 2 weeks ago.
But I think for our purpose, we need to stick to genres that most people are going to be watching, like Netflix or.
I think it should just be bad movies.
I don't know anyone
let's
that doesn't
purposely
have
find
Netflix.
a bad movie.
So it's one thing. I'm thinking that we come up with a topic idea or a movie idea to review. Why not ask our guests, our viewers, our friends?
Brill
to,
Scribner says, "What about Blackballed?" So that's a good.
Bobby Dukes.
I have a physical copy of that movie.
So you have proof that you watched it.
1986 Tunnel Rats is on there.
All right,
Platoon
so
is
we'll
on there,
sort out what
Hamburger
we're going to
Hill.
do next. But for next week, folks, you
Psalm is on there.
have 1 week to track down or watch Splat on
Wind
Amazon
Talkers.
Prime or another source, and we will be chatting it on the after show next week.
It's
sure.
not on Google Play. I just looked it up.
And I want to apologize to Eric Parks, who spent his birthday watching the show. I'm sorry, my friend, but I appreciate you watching the show. Bobby Dow says, "Look up Megaforce." I don't know what that movie is, but it already sounds terrible.
It
Megaforce.
sounds mega terrible.
Mega terrible.
Uber terrible.
There we go. Paintball movie failure to launch. I don't want to watch any movie where if I'm sitting by myself drinking a bottle of wine, I'm going to cry. So let's choose. It doesn't have to be a paintball theme. I think it just has to be a war.
So we're
theme
not
movie.
watching
But that-
Apocalypse Now.
Well, that's a
That was
war.
the saddest movie I've ever
So we
seen.
can put some parameters around it, but I do like the idea in terms of watching movies that have paintball content in it. But
Yeah.
let's start with Splat. Whoever can get through that, then we'll talk about it.
We're gonna run out of stuff to watch in 6 weeks.
Although Bobby says Chuck Norris was in Megaforce. How could he not be?
Chuck Norris is in everything. You just don't always see him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we end the show now? Josh, thank you for coming on the show, my friend.
Oh, thank you, and happy birthday to John Jones. I think
Jingleheimer?
maybe is that?
No, it
in the
was.
chat, something like that?
Sorry, it was. Sorry, who just said that it was his birthday there?
People,
Eric Parks.
and Josh, just for the
all right,
record, people
all right.
typically don't wish themselves a happy birthday.
Oh, I got the right. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, screw you, Eric.
Yeah. Gary in the live chat says Splat was awful.
Sure is.
Gary, bite your tongue.
That's the point.
We'll discuss it next
We'll
week, Gary.
discuss it next week.
Yes, thank you for all those who watched. Don't forget, help to control your local airsoft population. have your local airsofters spayed or neutered.
Absolutely. And Gary is also requesting a Iron Triangle movie. I don't know what that is, but it
I know
sounds
what that-
terrible. Joe, thanks for being on the show tonight.
Thanks very much for everyone tuning in tonight to Behind the Bunker. We are open Saturday and Sunday at the outdoor field both days. Saturday from 9 to 4 and Sunday from 9 to 4. Open airsoft both days and low impact in the afternoon.
For sure. And Garver Sharma.
Yeah, wonderful to be here again, folks. And as Gary said, Splat is awful, but this show is also awful, and you tune in. So I suspect it's going to be a good show, good experience for everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your contributions in the chat. Looking forward to an extended conversation next week watching the movie Splat. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Gavin, if anybody out there is wondering where they could see you again, where would you will you be at Flag Raiders this weekend?
I will be at Flag Raiders this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, and I will have my autograph booth set up. So bring your brassieres and bring any of your wares, and I will autograph that for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be out Saturday, Sunday at Flag Raiders in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. And if you can't make it out, I'll see you on Monday again.
Very good. Matt, can you come to my screen for a second? George, hey, in the live chat. Not only is going to watch it, but he has a previewed copy that he bought from Blockbuster.
Look at that!
In
Look at that
his
price.
hands.
No
Look at that
way!
price.
Ready to go for next week's show. So, George, hey.
That's awesome.
You have no excuse. I would like to have cliff notes from George Hay. Matt, thank you for being on the show tonight, pushing buttons.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just mesmerized by this.
I know it's funny. It's
Are you
like
not impressed with the $3.99 price tag?
it's the I happen to have this.
I could
It's like his tool belt.
I could just see him listening to us say Splat at the beginning of the show and him looking through all his DVDs the entire time the show was on, frantically searching for this.
No, I think you're wrong. I think he happened to. We were talking about it on the outro, and he thought, "Hey, Splat! Oh, there it is, right there, across the room. Let me just grab it. It's on the top of my shelf.
using it as a coaster.
He
Here it is. S. It's under S.
He uses boomerang croc.
Yeah, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. And hey, if you don't like watching us on Facebook, download us as a podcast. You can listen to the whole nonsense. And we'll see you guys next week.